Hi, this is David Davis from TrainSignal and VMwareVideos.com, and I'm here at VMworld 2011. Here at VMworld, I keep walking around saying, this is the best VMworld yet. I say that because every year there's more and more, new products to talk about, more exciting technology, and there's more and more people as part of the ecosystem. I mean, to me, that's what makes VMware, so successful is just the community of bloggers and supporters and the third-party companies who are creating products around it, training products, white papers, how-to guides, all these things, books in the bookstore. All those things really are what makes VMware so successful. Here at VMworld, Kendrick Coleman and I, we had a session on the best free tools for vSphere management, and this is a similar session that we did last year at VMworld US and Europe, and it was hugely successful at that time. This year we just got one session, but it was in a ballroom that seated 1,200, and it was almost full. So we had about 1,100 people, which I was really happy about, being as it was at 4 o'clock just before dinner time. And we had a lot of excited people to learn about free tools. We covered all the new free tools that have come out since last year, and there's actually a lot of them. And in fact, some of the tools have fallen off. This year we had videos for most of the tools that we felt were most important. We recently posted our full presentation on our blogs over at kendrickcoleman.com and VMwareVideos.com. You can download the full PowerPoint that has the actual videos in it that we showed. And to us, I think the two tools that were the best out of any of them, one was Zangotti. Zangotti just made a new release on August 23rd with a whole bunch of new features. Now they analyze storage and also traditional CPU statistics like CPU ready and memory ballooning. And then they still do the traditional stuff where they analyze the virtual network. And they've added to that where they analyze PC over IP for VDI implementations. And it's still all free as long as you just use it on a single ESX server. So I think it's a tremendous value that you get out of it for absolutely nothing. And then the other tool that we really liked is VM Turbo Community Edition. And like Zangotti, it's a virtual appliance that you download and install, and it has a web-based interface that is really useful in determining where you have performance problems and bottlenecks inside vSphere. It's also completely free, and they have, of course, some other modules that you can add on top of it, things that do like capacity planning and such that are paid modules. But the free tool in itself is extremely useful. So it was a really exciting and successful presentation. I attended a number of different sessions here at VMworld, but my favorite, because it was the most fun, was the ESXi quiz show. And this was actually like a full-scale game show where John Troyer of VMware, Communities Manager, he was up there in the ballroom mirror ball jacket that everyone could see. He was excited and animated and acting crazy. And then they had 2 tables set up. They had real buzzers like you would buzz in with at a game show. And they had judges. Duncan Epping and Eric Sloof were the 2 judges. And then they had 2 different teams with a lot of big names on the teams, like Frank Denneman, John Aristide, VCDX001, Kit Colbert. They were all on the VMware team. And then on the other team, there was Eric Siebert, and let's see, other people like Jason Bakke. All these people were part of this game show. Chad Sakich and Von Stewart. Lots of big name people. The room was packed, and it was really entertaining how it was put on. So hopefully someone video recorded it and you can check it out. But other than that, I really like the tech previews that they've been offering here at VMworld. They've got in-depth sessions on like new features around VAAI, which is the vCenter API for array integration. So this is a new feature that storage arrays are going to offer so that they can really work with the virtual infrastructure. There's also another new feature around storage arrays called VASA. Let's see if I can get it right. The vCenter API for Storage Awareness, I believe is what it stands for. But basically, it's where the storage array is talking back to vCenter and telling vCenter really what's going on in the storage. Hey, is this data store full? Is this data store overtaxed? Is it overutilized? And then vCenter can use that along with the new storage distributed resource scheduler in vSphere 5 to actually take action. So if this data store is full, hey, it'll automatically migrate a virtual machine to another data store that has room. Or if this data store is running slow, it can make that migration. So some really cool new technologies coming out in vCenter and vSphere 5. And then also what's required of that is all these storage arrays have to be upgraded with these new features to work with it. So a lot of exciting new stuff. Some of the other cool stuff I saw, like that was announced at the keynote, Stephen Herod announced what he calls Project Octopus, which is kind of like Dropbox, but it's an enterprise-grade Dropbox. So you can do it either, they're going to actually partner with companies that are going to provide this Project Octopus offering, file sharing offering. So it's enterprise-grade, so you could pay those companies, those VMware providers or partners, let's say, but then you could also purchase this product and you could do it in-house. So you could have your own internal file sharing mechanism. He announced something called App Blast, which reminds me of like Citrix Zen app, where you can publish applications, but this uses HTML5, and so, for example, on an iPad, you could actually see, Excel or Word or whatever, and it's running natively back somewhere on Windows, but it's able to appear and work on a device like an iPad. So many cool new technologies, are on the way. Today they announced SRM5. I believe soon VMware View 5 will be released. So there's just more and more products coming soon. So I just completed my vSphere 5 video training course along with Elias Knaser, and it was launched here at VMworld. Of course, also available on the internet. And some of the new topics that we covered that are part of vSphere 5. Elias did an awesome video about an hour long on auto deploy, which is a new feature that allows you to basically automatically roll out like pre-configured ESXi servers in mass. So if you had 25 new ESXi servers you wanted to bring up, you could do this pretty quickly once auto deploy is configured. I did a video on storage distributed resource scheduler, a new feature similar to distributed resource scheduler, but distributed resource schedulers for CPU and memory. So this is for storage. So it's going to automatically balance the load of virtual machine or storage traffic from one data store to another. I did a lesson on policy or profile-driven storage. Let's see, I did a lesson on the vCenter server appliance, which is a new way to install vCenter. So instead of installing a Windows application on a Windows operating system and a SQL database, this is just a virtual appliance that you download and import into your virtual infrastructure, and there you go, you have vCenter up and running. You don't even have to buy a Windows license. They have a new vSphere client that's all on the web, so you don't have to install a local client. It's really all a new and improved interface, and they've announced it's the wave of the future, so the traditional Windows-based vSphere client will soon go away at some point. Let's see, we also did lessons around, of course, everything that's new with ESXi, the ESXi firewall. Of course, ESX server has now gone away. And there's just so many other different new offerings related to vSphere 5. So now's the time really for us VCPs like me, who I'm still a VCP for, to upgrade our certification to VCP 5. So VMware Education has said we have between now and February 29th of 2012 to pass a VCP 5 certification exam in order to prevent us from having to attend a VMware Education class. So it's another great way to take advantage of computer-based training because one of the questions I got when I was working the booth is, does this course give you everything you need? And my answer was, well, on the theoretical side, all those questions like the configuration maximums, what's the maximum number of virtual machines and maximum number of hosts in a cluster, and I don't go deeply into that, but those are things that you can really study on your own. What the course does a great job of is showing you all those features I was talking about very quickly and very easily, so you don't have to go out build your own lab, stumble through perhaps configuring these things yourself. This is just going to show you, if you want to do it on your own lab, I mean, that's even better, but it's going to show you how to do it on your own lab faster. Or if you don't have your own lab, it's just going to show you how to do it step by step, so you can kind of see what it would be like to do it hands-on. So I hope you'll check out my new vSphere 5 video training course. Thank you.